Hello, everybody. Roger here again, and I'm just gonna spend my first night of the season out at Rauhala in one of my cabins. That one right behind me there. And yeah, I'm gonna document my night at Rauhala. So I'm just gonna go take a walk down to the beach here. I was busy raking all the branches and spruce cones out of here, so it's all nice walkway for when we have guests this season. Looking back at the cabins, I'm just going to head down here. There's a little secret passage we got here between these two trees, and it goes down that pathway to Peggy's horse and buggy trail. Peggy the horse, which was Collie Sallow's horse. And Collie Sallow was one of the homesteaders who once had a farm past Rauhala. And this horse and buggy trail goes through Rauhala all the way out that way. And I'll take you out there sometime. But this is the horse and buggy trail. Peggy's trail. But right now, I'm going to head down to the beach. And this is what it looks like tonight at Rauhala. And I'm looking back at Mainel Point, or Rauhala and Callio. And it's low tide right now, so it doesn't really look like a bay when it's low tide, but this is Rauhalahti, the Bay of Peace. And off into the distance there, that little stubby island. It's actually called Stubbs Island. And the Finnish name for it is Rusin Limpusaari. And Rusin is like a Finnish slang word for Russians. It's like saying damn Russians. Russians. Not that there's anything wrong with Russians, I'm just saying that's a slang word. So I'm just walking down here. Originally it was just the center rock that was out of place, and it's been there for years and years and years, this nice round rock. And I decided to make a solar calendar, and it marks the winter solstice, the spring and autumn equinox. And when you walk through the entrance over there, the very center of that is the summer solstice. And I'm talking about the sunsets, not the sunrises. It marks the sunsets. And I'm just heading over here to this little tidal pond. It's been here ever since I was a little kid. I remember playing here when I was a kid. We used to have picnics on the beach, usually here or just down there in front of my mom's old house. And this little tide pool I used to play in as a kid. There's a little rock island over there in the middle of the pond, or tide pool. I made that a couple years ago. Just a little pathway, if you could see it here. I don't have boots on to walk it right now, but there's a little pathway of flat stones, and it leads out to this little rock island that you could sit on in the middle of this pond. I'll just walk over to it to show you guys. And that mountain in the distance on Vancouver Island. That's Elephant Mountain. I think it's Mount Holdsworth is the real name. And that island takes up the entire frame of the video. That is Cormorant Island, and on the other side is the town of Alert Bay, and I'll go over there sometime because there's history to talk about there too. All right, now I'm on the other side of the tide pool here, and you get it at a better look at the little island. Maybe I'll put some more rocks in there eventually, but you can see the pathway of flat rocks leading to it. And in between the trees is the farm, or Rauhala, the place of peace. Up there, my brother's old boat is, the Sunland. And up there, where the boat is, that's the start of the creek as it leaves the farm, or Rauhalahti in Finnish, which means the place of peace's creek. This is what it looks like at low tide. Now there's a cool thing that I found a couple of years ago. Actually, maybe it was last summer. It was a bottle on the beach here, and it was from 1926. It was like a soda bottle. Maybe I'll show it to you on one of them. And this is the bottle that I found in the creek a couple of years ago. And as you can see, it's in excellent shape. And on the bottom, if you can read that, it says 1926. So almost 100 years old at the time that I found it in 2023. You're looking off in the distance at the Pierce Islands, and at that passage there between Cormorant Island and the Pierce Islands there's a rock about here, and the Finnish name for that rock is Jokonkari, which means Joku's rock. And there was a guy on the island that lived here a long time ago. His name was Jouko Sivanen, and he used to go to Alert Bay, and he used to live in Mitchell Bay on Malcolm Island, which is way down there, and I'll take you there sometime. But he used to live there, and when he would leave the bars in Alert Bay, he would hit the rock off the Pierce Islands, so they called that Joku's rock, or Jokonkari in Finnish. And that's my brother's old boat, the Sunwind. I used to fish on it with him when I was a little kid, way back when my parents owned the Sturgeon. I'm gonna hop over the creek and try and not drop my phone. Good, made it. So now that I'm on the other side of the creek, I'll take a walk over to our beach campsite. Maybe I'll even go take a walk over to the bluff. It might be a good evening to watch a sunset from Mainall Point, or Rauhalahti in Finnish. So what our beach campsite actually was that horse and buggy trail I was mentioning earlier, or Peggy's Trail. And this is the view from our beach campsite. You're looking at the mountains there are Vancouver Island, and you're looking at Rauhalahti, the Bay of Peace, at Rauhala in the spring. And here we are at Mainall Point, Rauhalahti, or the bluffs. And it's a hardpan outcropping, or a conglomerate formation. And there's a huge drop off over here. That island you see over there, that's Haddington Island, or Kivisaari, Rock Island in Finnish. It's just a very peaceful day at Rauhala, the place of peace. Just trying to watch my step because it's kind of slippery with the kelp here. Oh, cool. That's neat. It's like a straight up and down wall. And here we are. Down at the ocean floor. Oh, did you hear that? Hopefully the camera's picking that up, but that's dogs barking over in Alert Bay on Cormorant Island. And I think it's about 3 kilometers across the water from me. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. Normally, you can't sit here because you can see the kelp. This would all be underwater, so it's rare to be here at a low enough time. But what I want to show you is right there is a starfish. And they're actually becoming more and more rare. All right, let's go up to the cave and watch the sunset. Just showing you all the view as I'm walking on the bluff. You got Neenell Point on Malcolm Island. You're looking at Cormorant Island in the background and Elephant Mountain on Vancouver Island. And I'm just gonna switch the camera view to show you what I'm looking at and where I'm going. Now this is cool. It's like almost like a stairway that goes all the way down there to the ocean floor. So I think I'll take a walk down there and show you, since I'm not usually here when it's this low. Trying to show you the rocky wall, hard pan wall. So you can see this is usually a big drop off here, and whales will come rubbing on this big wall I'm sitting beside here when the tide's up, of course. So let's go and check out the cave. Just gotta watch my footing here. There we go. Back on safe ground. Not so slippery anymore. You could see down there how far down it was. You could actually crawl right down into that crack. Down through there. Way down there. This is kind of cool. It's like a big slab broke off at one point. And up there is a teeny tiny little cave. See? And I'm going to go up there and sit. The tide's not quite low enough yet. Oh, I love that sound. Not quite low enough yet to walk right around, but in the summer there's at least one tide a year, and it's usually in the summer, and you could walk right around. All right, here we are up at the cave. And this is what I mean by a cave. It's not much of anything, but it's just a little hollowed out spot in the earth. It's a cave, but not very big. And I'm just going to sit here with you guys, or by myself, and talk to you guys, and watch the sunset. It's not going to be much of one tonight, so maybe I'll take off before the sun fully sets. Well, this is what it looks like here at Rauhala. Okay, I think I'm going to head back to camp because I don't think it's going to be much of a sunset here. I'm just going to show you this cool spot on the formation. It's like a natural seat, and it's an outcropping of the hardpan, and it's like a cedar bench here you could sit. Right here especially, it's flat. It's got a nice back here. Oh, so you could just sit here and look back at Rauhalahti. Alright, so I'm going to leave Rauhalahti and head along Rauhalahti towards Rauhala and back to the cabin and make this video for all of you. And this is Rauhalahti, the Place of Pieces beach. And just on the other side of the creek is our camp, where the cabins are. Looks like there's an easier spot down here to cross the creek. And tonight's supposed to be a full moon. So, ooh, and I think the full moon is rising in the distance over there. Ooh. Wow, look at that coming over the mountains with the creek at Rauhala. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. Oh, that is very beautiful. But unfortunately the camera can't capture what I'm seeing. But it is beautiful. And this is the trail at night as I'm heading back to my cabin. And here we are, back at the cabins. Back just in time to throw a couple pieces of wood on the fire. Alright, I'm just gonna go in and get everything set up for the night, load up my computer, get ready to do some video editing. And I love this view from the cabins here at Rauhala because as it gets darker, the trees just turn into this silhouette against the darkening sky. And yes, I do have electricity, but it's not currently on. It's hooked up to a generator in the shed outside. But I just have a couple lanterns going, which is enough light. And when you turn out the lights, you look at a starry sky above your head. Yeah, so this is what it's like staying at a cabin out at Rauhala. It's kind of rustic. I like it. And I'm going to do some video editing here, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Ciao.